Listen! You all are gonna get me. Ooh, you're gonna get me. You're gonna get me. You're gonna get me. Oh, you're gonna get me. I'm going to ignore all the issues with characterization in the story and the fact that the protagonist is a blank slate with no personality. I'm going to ignore everything that's dumb, okay? The thing that really gets me about the Harry Potter books is that they ride an unforgivable line between childish naivete and real-world socio-political commentary, okay? A book series that I liked when I was a kid was Pendragon, which was written by like a 17-year-old, and it was like a dorky fantasy series of like a guy with magic and a sword. I liked those books a lot. They had a lot of cool ideas that inspired me when I grew up and started playing D&D with friends, okay? There was an effort in those books to be sociologically consistent with like the way the world worked and stuff like that. The wizarding world makes no sense sociologically. Zero. Absolutely none. Nothing. I'm not even talking about, like, the idea that they would keep themselves hidden. Which, to be clear, no they wouldn't. Are you fucking joking? If there were people who could cast magical spells, they wouldn't keep themselves hidden. They would use mind control spells to slowly take control over the entire world. They would be the Illuminati. They wouldn't hide themselves. All you would need is the ability to control a person's mind, and you could single-handedly take over everything. All you would need to do is work your way up levels of government, slowly but surely appointing yourself to higher and higher positions, until eventually there's a shadow cabinet of, like, semi, omniscient demigods ruling over everything. But I'm not even talking about that, okay? I'm not even talking about that fact. And it is a fact, by the way, okay? I'm not even talking about that. And I'm not talking about how Voldemort's plan is stupid, and the wizards are all stupid, and everyone's fucking dumb. I'm not going to talk about the fact that 98% of the problems in this fucking story could have been solved if one of them just had a fucking sniper rifle and, like, a Spec Ops team, okay? Seriously, what were they, the Death Eaters? Couldn't they have literally just sent, like, MI5 or something? Like, hey, I'm gonna mind control the MI5 operative. Let me borrow 6 trained killers. Now go do some recon and kill them. But there are spells to protect against bullets. They don't do that 24/7. See, this is another one of the stupid things about the magic system in Harry Potter. They don't have, like, wards in the same way that a lot of other fucking magic systems do. Like, they have to cast that shit on time. There are some things they can set up in advance, but not in that way. You could literally just fucking shoot them. I know that he had Horcruxes. Just shoot him again. Shoot additionally. Maybe they could heal bullets instantly. No, they couldn't. Just keep shooting. Just don't stop. And then blow up every facility that he operates. Keep blowing it up, and then shoot him again. Send drones in. Fuck you. I think some of them can use wandless magic. Nobody can react fast enough to respond to a 1,000-meter-per-second bullet traveling through their skull. The issue that I have is that you have what starts like a really goofy soft magic system and a really goofy world, but the more time progresses, the more serious it gets, and the story wavers in and out of being willing to commit to the degree of seriousness that it started with, okay? Like, for example, here's an example of a story doing this well. Adventure Time, okay? Adventure Time is a goofy fucking universe. Adventure Time is not, like, super consistent, realistic, or whatever. They do whatever the fuck they want, okay? But for anyone who's watched the entirety of Adventure Time, you have to agree with me. When Adventure Time had serious moments, those serious moments were consistent with the level of realism and seriousness that had been established up to that point. Everything from the Lich to, like, every big season finale that they had, all of them were perfectly in line with the systems that you would expect up to that point. They got more serious, but they never got serious in a way that felt like they demanded a different universe to contextualize it. At no point during Adventure Time did I ever think, Princess Bubblegum's really smart. Why doesn't she just build a gun? At no point did I ever think that. Even though realistically that's a good question to ask, because Princess Bubblegum is clearly capable of making things far more advanced than guns, right? But Princess Bubblegum never made a gun. And at no point did I ever think, she should just do that. She could solve a lot of problems. But in Harry Potter, it's the only thing that's on my mind. Because they're constantly talking about real world sociopolitics and like threats to society and like people are dying and things are grim and dark, but you still have this goofy lunatic fucking magic system that sounds like it would go along with like a My Little Pony episode. You guys know what I mean, right? Like the magic system in Harry Potter is in line with what I would expect from like MLP. Like it's magical and whimsical and like, oh, maybe there's an evil death spell, but it hurts your soul, you know? But like it's not it's like it's goofy and there's nothing wrong with that, but to then do that and then like imagine if you would MLP. By the way, I've seen one episode of My Little Pony, so I'm really winging it here, but imagine if MLP started the way that it did and then by like the 6th season of My Little Pony, there are like pony armies and like deaths and like people are like the world will be destroyed unless we defeat this army with its leader and like people are like dying and there's like dramatic scenes of like meteors hitting the ground and shit and they're like dude my flim flam wizards and then it's like and then they and then they're like you know they acknowledge the existence of the human world that has actual guns. That happened. Let me fucking finish. Imagine like it's like, oh yeah, we're having our war, and over on that planet, like humans are. It's like yeah, we're having our pony war, and they're like, well, what's going over on Earth? And they look over at Earth, and they're like looking at the Gulf War. You know, they're over there looking at World War One. They're like, maybe we can learn some secrets from the aliens over on Earth. You know, and they're like they're in like the Somme. You know, they're at fucking Gallipoli, and they're seeing like 1,000 men getting gunned down every 3 minutes. You know, and after they look at that, and they're like, yes, okay. So anyway, the magic sparkle pony horse spell won't defeat the it's tonally inconsistent. This is the entire plot. Shut up. I don't care about any of you. You're all stupid and wrong. You're stupid and I hate you. Vermin, there are wars in Adventure Time, but in Adventure Time, the threat levels and the way in which they're addressed are tonally consistent with the magic system that they've established in that universe, okay? Harry Potter the Harry Potter fucking stories at the end are not consistent with the magical. You can even see this shit with like the look at this shit, dude. Look at all the fucking titles in the Harry Potter. God damn it, where's the look at this shit. The first Harry Potter cover literally looks like a fucking 1990s like Robin Williams story about like a kid who learns the magic of Christmas because of toys or something, okay? And then by the last one, this looks like a fucking Call of Duty cover, okay? It's literally like the war grizzled, like, look at his 1,000-yard stare. It's like the look at this shit, you know? Jesus Christ. There's a huge shift in like the tone. By the way, I really don't have an issue with the first 3 Harry Potter books that much. The books came out in the 90s. You know what I mean? I know that. The first 3 Harry Potter books felt like the climaxes of the story were in line with the level of seriousness and like gravitas that I would expect. This is the movie cover. The movie cover is reflective of the tone of the stories. I've read the books. I've read all the Harry Potter books. I don't know why you keep acting like I haven't read them. Okay, we need to end this. Are there some people in chat who agree with me that the first 3 Harry Potter books / movies, more so the books, but both, I guess, felt more tonally consistent with the types of magic they used, the stories they encountered, the problems they overcame, and the enemies they defeated? And then the latter ones, not so much. Harry Potter is a story where a time-traveling prison break where you fight against, like, evil, spooky ghost wraiths makes sense, and a story about the Great War against Hogwarts with the siege where the war of the fight, the battle for the reality. That makes less sense to me. That just doesn't fit as well to me, and I didn't like the way they did it as much. But the climax of the first 3? Fuck yeah. What was the climax of the first one? It was like the big snake room? Or no, that was the Chamber of Secrets. The Sorcerer's Stone was the mirror, and Dumbledore was like, You can look in the mirror and see what you want most. And Harry Potter looked and imagined he had parents. And the second one was like, what if there was a snake? And then later, J.K. Rowling was like, actually, the snake is Asian, and her name is Quinn Wan. And she talks like the Asian girls do in the libertarian cartoons, where they talk about how white women are corrupted by feminism. And then the third one, oh, is that a different snake? I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't remember anything, and I'll never try to. And then the third one was a time traveling prison heist, which, by the way, slaps. Time traveling prison break? That slaps. I will ignore the fact that the time traveling powers they established in this third one would be enough to like end the world. Like, that's some OP shit. And then the fourth one was like not as good. The fourth story was kind of fucking crazy. Was the fourth one the one where they were Hermione had the subplot with freeing the elves and everyone else was like, dude, they like being slaves. Dude. Yeah, it was the Olympics and it was like everyone being okay with slavery and they cut that out of the movie. This one kind of sucked. Right? Like wasn't it all like dating bullshit? It was all like dating bullshit. It was like, oh, I like this person, but this person likes me, them, but they were mean to me, and now like that. And it sucks because Harry Potter has zero personality whatsoever, so it's like really cringe. All I remember is him having no personality, and then he randomly got super fucking hormonal and got like angry that women didn't like him. Does this motherfucker even like talk to girls? I don't know. Anyway, I remember that, and then there was the fuck was the fifth one? Was that the Half Blood Prince? No, the sixth one was the Half Blood Prince. What was the fifth one? What was the fifth one? Order of the Phoenix. Oh yeah, this was the Dumbledore's army. This was cringe, dude. Can we establish that this one was kind of cringe? Did we really need the like replacement headmaster to be the most objectively unambiguously evil human being to have ever lived? Like thank you for characterizing your villain, J.K. Rowling. Why not have just made it Hitler? I don't know. It just felt very ham-fisted to me, where it's like I remember reading like one page about her, and I was thinking, oh, she's not going to be a good headmaster. And then I read a second page, and it was like, oh, she's like a horrible person. And then there were like 500 more pages. And then there was the Dumbledore's army part, which was again really weird and cringe, in my opinion. But I don't know. There's something about it that just felt like overly earnest in like an unearned way. I don't remember anything about the Half Blood Prince, and then the Deathly Hollows. Whatever. I don't care. It got worse with time. The first three were okay. All right, that's my opinion. Everyone, shut up. We're reading donos. Fuck you. No, never talk about it again. Mods, mute the Harry Potter discourse. Every permaban. Kill them in real life. No, don't do that. That's not sustainable. They pay my rent. Excuse me.